apologies if you're like super into this, because apparently this episode was in one ear and out the other for me. Everything that you're saying, I'm like, we did see that.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Kristin.
This is So I'm Watching Teen Wolf, Season 4, Episode 6.
Orphaned.
This is not one of my favorite episodes. It is a Peace movie episode. Stuff happens, but not really stuff of interest.
You watched it. You can't unwatch it. Stay tuned for more Tales of Interest.
Sure. Also, not for nothing, but Garrett and Violet get off way too easy.
Well, he's not. Garrett's still around.
He got stabbed through the chest by
a
right. berserker.
Yeah, that's right. You're not so big.
It literally is.
Not so big.
Yeah.
I'll give them this.
Hubris. I was like, they are both extremely dead by the end of this episode. Like, what show were you on?
No,
I was like, did I forget he survived that?
No, the second you said it, Should I do another take?
No, this is perfect.
Violet and Garrett are extremely dead.
Very dead.
He got stabbed through the chest by a
From
berserker.
The back,
yeah,
and it came out the front.
It was actually pretty great. I don't know. It's like revealed that they're part of a group, like a teenage gang called the Orphans.
Yeah, but it's revealed that they are, but not enough lore
about
that at all.
I think it comes back up again. I don't remember.
So far, not enough lore.
Because, we open up with Kate.
Because the only comment made is that when they're talking to Violet, and Rafael is like,
I don't know what you're talking about. I just go to school here.
Maybe we should call your parents then. Oh, no, that's right. You don't have any parents. That's why they call you the Orphans.
oh, that's right, you don't have any parents. And I'm just like, okay. So, like, I'm cool with cops being mean to people on TV shows when the people they're being mean to are in the wrong. I already knew that about myself. What's the purpose of this?
I don't know. There's still supposed to be some big threat. Like, I think we said during the episode that I was like, I think Garrett pulls it off slightly better than Violet does, but he wants her back. She's taken into custody. He wants her back, so he stabs and poisons Liam and puts him in a well, and then uses that as leverage to make Scott work with him. And they're trying to make Scott break her out, like jailbreak her.
During the transport.
Yeah, to prison. And like I said...
Federal. Because she's done multiple murders. And she's trying to be like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, it doesn't work. You've been wearing that necklace like a fucking medal for who knows how long.
And it did open with Kate.
No.
She's trying to control her powers. It's like the Jaguar Power is overtaking her, and we mostly got confirmation of that from Peter at the end, because he's still traipsing around the periphery.
Yeah.
And I guess she was searching for the Triskelion, and then she's searching for...
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Who is the benefactor?
Never seen him, never spoken to him.
I know. See, everybody says the same thing. They don't know who he is, where he is. It's all done electronically. I can't help you. Please, I'm bleeding to death. Please stop. It hurts.
Then what do you want with me?
It's been a long time since someone's made
In a mixtape?
You got one too, didn't you?
No, but I know who did. They look like kids, like teenagers. They're called the Orphans.
She killed a bunch of thugs in the beginning, and then she sent the berserkers after Violet, and they killed Violet.
And Garrett.
Mm-hmm.
And because they are the ones that actually got the transport,
like,
knocked over.
Peter claims that she's trying to, because by the end of the episode, he, like, it's, like, meant to be a big reveal, but she's, like, hiding in the sewers.
I can smell a rat. Even in the sewer.
So he comes down, and he says that she's trying to, like, resurrect the Argents.
Yeah. again, there's only 2 of them left. So.
Yeah, and I have a point that I want to make with this, but I can't, and I'm not going to make right now. I'm going to wait.
Because I literally almost just was like, well, blank.
You know, I am very outspoken and very on the record as liking Kate as a character, and I think I understand why people don't like her. And
I think you are attracted to the potential of Kate more than the execution. I think it's very similar to Erica in that way, where it's like, there's a lot there that you can kind of fill in some blanks. And so the blanks you're filling in your own head make it very appealing. But what is on screen is missing pieces.
Because I actually do think of her as being not equal, but being level with Peter. Like, I think of them as 2 sides of, like, one thing. Because there's even a joke where he, not really joke, but he, like, really kind of comes on to her a bit. And I was like, it would be like fucking a mirror. Like, the 2 of them.
Talking about fucking your own clone.
Yeah, like.
Yeah. But that's, to me, I, like, agree with you to a point. But again, I feel like I'm having to do heavy lifting in my head because Peter is in so many more episodes than Kate.
Mm-hmm.
So we get so much more about Peter.
Well, his gray nature is far more established.
Whereas Kate is very Nomi Malone coded.
Well, and again, I actually do like Jill Wagner, but I do understand how she has a very specific thing, and I think Ian Bowen is maybe a little bit more
well-rounded.
Yeah.
As an actor, yeah. Coming down hard on the ladies. I feel a little bad about it. I did want to say a couple of things. I'll get to the second one when we get to that scene, but apparently about the well, Jeff Davis confirmed at a convention that the well Liam was thrown in was the exact same well used in The Ring. He bought it off of Universal Studios to use for the show. Isn't that kind of funny?
Yeah.
Cindy, the news is on. Another little white girl done fell down the well. 50 black people get their ass beat by police today, but the whole world got to stop for one little whitey down the hole.
So yeah, Garrett threw Liam in a well. He tried to climb out of it a bunch of times, kept falling in.
Yeah.
There was some, like, flashbacks to werewolf lessons.
Yeah. Well, he's also kind of weak because he's got the same werewolf venom in him that Brett did, and they tried to fix Brett, and Peter had to basically knock him unconscious, and then they basically sliced down their chest and the yellow.
Farted.
Yeah. Gaseous air comes out. It was really kind of
It was very, very gross.
I guess. I would have been okay with it if it was purple. The fact that it was like sulfur colored was bizarre to me.
Yeah, it's upsetting. It looks like it smells bad.
I don't like it.
And then at the last minute, Scott shows up. Well, and that's the funny thing. It's like Liam was so close to the top of that well. I was like, you couldn't just edge just a little bit more.
He was trying. He tried so hard.
We did get Satomi. We got her name back. She has not been back, but she's
on the 3rd list.
Yeah, they did announce that there is, in fact, the other pack. It's Satomi's pack. She's Buddhist, and that's the whole, like, 3 things cannot long be concealed: the sun, the moon, and the truth.
Yeah.
And that's like an old British or Buddhist mantra. And so Derek recruited Malia, which is unusual, unlikely pairing that I do like. We didn't get a lot of material out of it. Yeah. I enjoyed it. I think it worked.
Well, a couple of things it did great was, like, first of all, he was just, like, whispering at her in the hallway to the point that I thought it was Peter.
Yeah.
Because I was like, Derek, why are you taunting this girl in the... Creepy. And so she went out and she was like, what are you doing here? And they went to, like, but her leaving the classroom.
Malia, do you need to be excused from class?
Yeah.
So she's like, yeah.
Obviously.
She, like, packed up her books and was walking out of the room.
The teachers are all very Nancy Wheeler coded.
Karen Wheeler.
Where they just are like, don't do that. The student goes, but I'm gonna. And they just are like,
If only there was something else I could do.
So Wikipedia said it was Satomi's pack. I just assumed it was the, like, bikers that Kate killed.
No, they were on, like, a road.
Yeah,
this was in the woods. Oh.
I don't know why Kate does what she does.
That's true. It does seem like a lot of effort for nothing, though.
Obviously, because I know what's coming, it's not all of Satomi's pack. So, Chris, yeah, they did track down the warehouse that Kate was, like, keeping Violet in, and Chris and Kate did sort of have their confrontation.
You shouldn't have come.
Kate, I'm here for Violet. I need to talk to her.
I was hoping we could do this later. I just needed a little more time.
For what?
To learn control.
Chris should have said, I'm more of a velvet rope girl myself.
The time has come for you to lip sync for your life.
And they fought the Berserkers. It was not going good until Kate was like, don't kill my brother, I want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just sort of dispersed. Styles, Lydia, and Parrish. Well, Styles and Lydia showed Parrish the second list of the Deadpool that had his name on it, and he was like,
okay, that's kind of terrifying. What's the number?
How much you're worth?
I'm worth $5.
Oh, yeah.
5 million. I only make 40,000 a year. Maybe I should kill myself. I don't get it. What?
Super funny. And so he takes him to Eichen House. Is this the first time we've met Brunsky?
No.
We've met him before when Styles was there. Yeah. Okay.
And he was the one that was trying to get Meredith last season.
Right.
And he was like terrorizing her. And
Okay.
it was like, ugh.
So they go.
He's a good character, but he's awful.
He's awful, yeah. So they go to
bad character.
He can carry off the smug douchebag like a lot.
Because remember he got in Coach's face? He was like, Bobby Finstock.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, what is it they say about people who can't do? They
Yeah.
teach. And yeah, he was like,
You are an orderly.
Oh, yeah, he was all high and mighty.
No, I'm sorry. Being a high school lacrosse coach is not better or worse than being an orderly at the local.
It just was that they fell into like their old.
Yeah.
Like you can just tell that he was like the cool kid when they were in high school.
Again,
'Cause
he's
he
an
even says-
orderly at the psych house. Like,
Because I think he was even like back in my day it was basketball.
yeah. So yeah, well, and then Parrish did put him down pretty good. Like, oh well, the Kanan like PD let you off for that.
That's right. Daddy may be the sheriff, but he's late on the bills. I guess those government jobs aren't as reliable as they used to be.
But they do help when you need a favor. Like how a month ago, Kanan PD helped you get home after blowing a .1 on a breathalyzer.
It ruined the world tour.
Styles was like super into it. So they go to see Meredith. Brunsky's there. Apparently, when Brunsky's walking away, Lydia does middle fingers to him.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Yeah.
I missed it, but apparently that was the other piece of trivia, which I found very funny. So Meredith is basically like, I can't help you anymore because the benefactor told me not to. And then she like totally has a
Well,
breakdown.
they like push her.
Yeah, and she's Banshee screams so loud that Lydia's ears are bleeding. Yeah.
What's his name?
Okay, you're shaking your head. What does that mean? Does that mean you don't know or you don't want to help us?
I can't help anymore.
How do you know about him?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I said I don't know.
I feel like he gives good hugs.
Lydia and Styles are trying to figure out what, and then they very arbitrarily. I'm willing to let it go sometimes. I think it happens too much. And I think given that I just don't love this benefactor plot, it's like when I feel like it was very like, oh, it was like 10 o'clock on a Sunday night and you had a deadline. That's what it feels like. So Styles is like, what if it's not someone that's dead, but someone that's going to die?
Sure.
And so Lydia's like, oh, and it's Derek.
Mystical powers.
And I'm just sort of like, we've had so many Derek fake out deaths.
Well, I agree with you that it feels sort of last minute-y and weird, but I will say it works with the groundwork they've already been putting down with him losing his powers.
Sure.
It's not foolproof or flawless, but they have been putting some groundwork
It's at least not out of nowhere.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. It just feels very fool me once.
Sure.
And so that works. They get the rest of.
Brayden was in the woods with the pack. She's all bloody and fucked up, but Derek found her. He heard like one breath and like found her.
Apparently, apologies if you're like super into this, because apparently this episode was in one ear and out the other for me. I was everything that you're saying. I'm like, we did see that.
Yeah. Also, Sheriff Stilinski and Rafael are grievously injured from that car accident, so we'll see that. Melissa is paying the bills by the light of a lone candle, while somehow Scott's
room still has
managed to have electricity upstairs.
The money problems are getting worse.
Yeah, and so Scott has the bag of Garrett's money, and there's a cassette tape in it that
says "Play Me."
Says "Play Me." Yeah.
And then Lydia is distressed by her whole situation, and then the fact that she feels like they pushed the only other banshee she knows, Meredith, to a breaking point, and then they get a call that she has hanged herself.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I don't love it.
Same.
There's more stuff that happens because we're only halfway through.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think Lydia could use one or two more wins than she gets.
I agree. I definitely agree.
It's fine. It's just not the best. It's not my. It's not my favorite episode. Is what I'll say.
I agree with that as well.
So,
I think that is pretty much it. Yeah. It's fine.
Bye.
Bye.